Happy fucking Monday, City Beautiful. I'm Janico, your friendly neighborhood Filipino, and this is the Blacklist Society Podcast. My mission is to encourage, to connect, and empower the community by showcasing some of our dopest musicians, artists, entrepreneurs, in hopes that when you get done watching this, you go back home, you start to cultivate and nurture your very own creative outlet. Because I firmly believe that the journey of creative expression will positively impact the community. Before we get into today's episode, very excited about it. Little word of wisdom for the day. I was talking to my high performance coach, and we're talking about productivity. You know, she brought up this thing. She was like, how is it that millionaires and billionaires are able to get so much done in one single day? We all got 24 hours. And she said this thing. She said, you got to SWAT team your time. You got to be SWAT team tactical with your time. For example, I go on social media sometimes and I fall into this black hole and 3 hours has disappeared. You know, I go in to check a DM. Next thing you know, I'm on this page, I'm on this link. But how you be SWAT team tactical with your time is saying, hey, I'm going to take 30 minutes. I'm going to go in there with an intention, with a mission. My mission is to check on my loved ones, show some love, see what's happening in their lives, and be out. So be SWAT team tactical with your time. If you're going to spend 2 hours with the homies, know that it's 2 hours. What's the intention? To connect, show love. You know, you got to have intention in your time. And also the last thing is you got to switch from looking at it as time management to looking at it as productivity management. Actually, from time management to purpose management. That's what it was. You know, are you blocking out time in your day for the things that bring you purpose, the things that bring you meaning? Or maybe you're at a 9 to 5 and you think it's meaningless. Maybe you just need to reorient your purpose into that 9 to 5. For example, if you're working a 9 to 5 and you're an artist or you got kids, you got to say, hey, it's necessary for me to perform at my highest level for the next 8 hours because it's actually feeding my dream. It's actually feeding my business. It's actually feeding my kids. It's allowing me to go to Harry Potter with the kids and spend $500 on butterbeer and wands, things like that. So make sure that every part of your day has intention, it has purpose, and that the whole day is dedicated to things that are going to put you forward in your life, things that are going to make the dream realer. So how do you be productive, be SWAT team tactical, and always focus on the purpose? That being said, today's episode, we got Agustin in the building. What's going on, man? It's my brother out here, Blacklist Society. Day one, you actually seen me work out my ideas and my thoughts about Blacklist. Like, you actually got to see me in the conception of it all. You know, I was thinking about the first time that we met, and it's probably going to be different for you, but the first time I actually remember meeting and engaging with you, we worked in the same call center, Blue Green. We were on the same team, and I just always remember you busting on people. Like, in between calls, you would bust on people. And I remember one time you busted on me, and it was just hilarious. It was like you were the guy who bust on people, and you couldn't even be mad. One, because it was super duper hilarious.
Facts.
You got Asian jokes for days.
Facts.
And and then secondly, like that's really how I remember our friendship starting. Is like snapping on each other. Like, what was your first memory of us like actually meeting?
Well, first I want to touch base on that.
Talk to me.
I'm from New York.
Yeah.
All right, so
What part of New York you from
I'm
again?
from the Bronx.
Okay.
So of course we just gotta cut ass on each other. You know, that's how we show friendship. You know, that's how we be ourselves. I just want to be me. I live my life without regrets. You know, you want to be, you know, me for me. You know, you want to hang out with me for me. So you accept the fact that I'm gonna cut ass on you.
But you go in.
Yeah, I go in, but expect the same. Like you can go in on me too. I'm not gonna get upset. It's all love and games.
I remember one time you snapped on me and you were like, yo, you look like Mr. Miyagi in that suit or something like that. And it got me. I was like, dude, I need to snap on this cat. And I remember one time snapping on you and you're like, damn, Jed, I kind of hurt, bro. Like you snap a little bit different. Like, it's like you're trying to hurt my feelings or some shit. But when did we actually start chilling? So we worked in the same call center together.
All right.
We go from like cutting jokes, but when did it go from cutting jokes to like us actually kicking it.
All right. It was one.
And this is about 2 years in the making, or what?
Yeah, yeah, like 2.5. I say. Okay, so it was like this. I was on probation. All right, like 2 years. Rode the bus. You got to do what you got to do, folks. You know, you got to do what you got to do. That's swamp mentality. All right. So there was one time I missed my bus right after cutting ass on Jed. Yo, can I get a ride? How do you go from Mr. Miyagi in the suit, Yakuza man, to yo, can I get a ride? Well, bless Jed, the nice guy he is. He gave me a ride. We were able to touch base, actually connect with each other.
Was this when you were in Claremont? I mean,
No, in
St. Cloud.
St.
St. Cloud.
Cloud, yeah.
Gotcha.
I was living in St. Cloud with my brother. And that's when we actually found out that we went to the same high school together.
Oh,
Colonial High School.
snap!
We
Shout outs
never-
to Colonial High School once
Once
again.
again. Yeah, I watched the podcast.
Hey.
Yeah, once again. But yeah, it's crazy how we walked through those halls and we never met each other.
I graduated '07. When did you?
Oh, wait.
'08. You know what's funny is that when you were telling me that we went to the same high school, I remember stories of you, and because I was on the dance team, you were on the dance team. We kind of ran in the same circles, and I remember it because you had totally different hair.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh snap, that
And
was
the
that kid."
skin, The skin.
This shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Because you now know, like people I know from high school, like Nabu. Nabu went out there to Colonial as well, so
True,
that
true.
shit is crazy, man. Let me ask you this: did your musical journey start with dance, or was it? I know New York niggas out here always like multi-talented. So like, did you dance first and then get into rapping, or rap dance? Like, what was your musical journey like?
That's a good question, my friend. Breakdancing. It all started when I moved to Florida. I moved to Florida in 2005.
Okay.
Nobody, no friends.
No family
Nope.
was out here.
I actually learned how to breakdance on YouTube.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it took
So
2 years of my time. That's
you're
my
a
talent.
YouTube student.
Yeah, exactly.
You could learn anything on YouTube.
Exactly. And I work well in silence. So nobody knew who I was. I'm breakdancing in my room. One day there was a freaking tryout. I showed up, and that's where I pretty much like started my high school life.
What was your first breakdance move that you're like, yo, I'm nice with this?
It was master swipes.
Oh, okay, okay,
Master
okay.
swipes. It was weird. It's like you just jump on your foot and stuff, and when they saw it, they were like, "Oh wow, it's clean," But I actually started popping, pop locking, like a robot. I used to do it on the floor at work. You see me. I'm nasty with the robotics.
You know what's funny? There's one story I remember. I remember being at Stephen J's house,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember you trying to get his sister's attention, and
I started breakdancing.
my man started breakdancing.
Yo.
But you know what's funny though? I don't know if you'll remember this. My man was looking straight into her eyes. You're looking straight into her eyes
Come
while
on,
you're
man.
breakdancing. That's how you know,
That's our
ladies.
DJ.
If you're trying to figure out if this guy's trying to kick it at you, it's when they are looking straight into your eyes doing breakdance moves.
Facts. It was a dreamy windmill.
You actually got the number though.
I did.
You actually got the number at that night.
Yeah, but Rhett was on that.
Nah, not even. But anyways, back to your musical
Back
journey.
to my musical journey.
So you started dancing.
Yeah.
When did rap come into the picture?
All right, so I tore my ACL. Breakdancing wasn't the same anymore. And I figured
Wait, what happened there?
I was breakdancing, I was really dedicated. Like I had a group of friends just breakdancing hours of the night. I'm talking like after school. We're still high school students too.
Yeah.
We get out of school, it's like 3. All right, we eat, do whatever we gotta do. 6, go to a racquetball court. From like 6 p.m. to like 4 a.m. We're just breakdancing, competing with each other.
Yo,
playing
that's
horse.
lit.
Playing horse. Like, can you do this move? Can you do that move? You get banged up. You get hurt.
Right.
And
But
things happen.
do you remember what move you're trying to pull when your ACL got?
I think I was just banging my knee into the floor because I was trying to do like windmills with no hands, and I did them. I did them behind my back too.
But your leg was doing a windmill at the end. It was going like this.
Nah. It wasn't like stanky leg or anything, It was. We were out here.
Yeah.
I just couldn't walk afterwards.
Did
Who
you
needs to walk when you're doing a windmill, right?
when you just tore your ACL? Like, did you guys call the ambulance or?
No. I thugged it out.
What you mean?
I thugged it out, bro. Like nothing's broken. I'm still walking with
And
a limp.
a torn ACL is not something that you just like
I don't know, man.
thug out.
I grew up with my dad pouring Heinekens on my wounds, so it's a little different. It's okay, son. It's gold from Germany.
Did you actually did you actually get like casted up or like what
Nah,
they do?
man. I just tugged it out, bro. I just kind of like slept on my side, you know. I my friend broke his leg and I took his crutches.
How long did it take for you to get back up and running again?
I was still limping in prom night, but you know your boy still did his thing.
So from there you were like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pick up the pen and pad. I can't
Nah,
move
nah,
no
nah.
more.
As a matter of fact, I never gave up. Still, I was still competing. I just shifted to a different style of breakdancing. You know, straight up. And then I just got tied up. I gained some weight. I wasn't the same anymore. And then I picked up the pen and the pad.
Okay. And what was that like? Where did you find your first beats from?
It was actually living with my roommate. He actually shout outs to Joy Blanco. He had his own little studio in his apartment, and we just started messing around and stuff. You know, making songs together. That's how it started. It was pretty dope.
Do you remember any of your like early lines?
I think
Like
it was-
Agustin when he just started rapping.
I
What?
think it was like, it's Agua nigga. Who the fuck is you? Coming to my rap booth, get your tooth loose. Uh-huh. You know, like that. You know, just like weird stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it was just I just had a lot of fun. And then when I met you, and then I heard about what you were trying to do with Blacklist Society, you know, I told you a little bit of me. You know, we mixed it up a little bit. Gators, shout outs to Gators Dockside.
Monday nights.
Monday nights,
All
free
you can
wings,
eat.
all you can eat. You know,
Yo, we used to throw down wings,
yeah,
bro.
but it was like wings and conversations. You know,
It was.
You know, plotting and scheming and barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? And some what was it? Some gin. What do you drink? Some gin.
Tanqueray.
Some with the tonic.
Yeah.
There we go. We out here.
Tanqueray and tonic.
There we go.
And a lime.
And lime.
Tastes like Christmas if you do Sprite.
Facts.
But back in like colonial days, we had a little crew. It was called HBC Hotbox Crew, and we shout outs to HBC. Nabu was an HBC original, and we would go to parties and we'd always freestyle, and that was back when like nobody thought about blowing up. It was like, yo, I just want to be a savage and freestyling, and I think that's where you and I really connected because we would take rides, we would smoke some herb, and just put on a beat
And just drive
and
just,
cut into it, bro.
Yeah. You know, most of my songs were actually came from those.
Freestyle sessions.
Yeah, because every creative thing that I take, that I ever do in any moment, I remember it. Then when it's time, when I hear a nice beat, I'm gonna bring it right back. Like, pass me a zigzag with nothing in it. Remember that?
I put my feelings in it.
Yo, my man, we were tripping balls, bro. We were about to roll up. I'm like, yo, can you pass the ingredients? Can you pass the roll up? Can you pass the herbs? Yeah. Here's everything. My man just passes me a zigzag
With nothing.
with nothing in it, and I just laugh. I'm like, yo, what you want me to do with this, bro? You want me to put my feelings in it and roll it up? Like, it was just a joke. But
I remember. Okay, my version of the story was we were smoking a blunt and a zigzag, and I passed it to you, and there was no more herb in it. It was just a filter.
oh yeah, you know what? No, that is right. Sorry, I was fucked up. Yeah, that's
and,
right.
And then you came,
That's right. That's right.
passed me a
I'm
zigzag
fucked
with
up.
nothing in
I'm
it.
fucked up.
I
Yeah.
put my feelings in it.
Facts. Yeah, I'm like, yo, what is this, bro? It was like, I'm smoking feelings over here.
So let me ask you this: is freestyling still part of you developing like your music that's more focused now, or music with the goal? Like, what's your relationship with freestyling now? What's your thoughts on that?
I like that one. I don't freestyle for bars or punchlines or anything like that. I get my music is derived from melodies.
Mhm.
Melodies, and then when I'm freestyling, it's just like free melodies. You know, I just come out with something real nice. I remember that melody because it just makes me feel good inside.
Yeah, you're actually the first rapper that I knew personally who their style was leaning into freestyling off of a melody. Like when you heard the beat, I could like hear you hum, and you would just go with that and find. That was the first time I saw a rap. Usually rappers like go into it and just try to catch the rhythmic flow of it, or
Yeah.
they'll start off with like a punchline, or they'll start off with a chorus.
Yeah.
You were the first one that I knew that actually hum stuff out. Where'd that come from? Because that's a very like distinct characteristic as an artist.
I don't know, man. I guess when I was in middle school, I was in choir,
Okay,
you
cool.
know. But
What was your voice? Like a soprano,
I don't know. I
tenor,
was a big fan of the Backstreet
alto?
Boys. I was a big fan of the Backstreet Boys. Show me the meaning of being lonely. You know,
I
it's
wasn't.
that shit.
You know what? It's funny. Like, part of me is embarrassed to say
I'm
I
not
had a
embarrassed, bro.
Backstreet Boy phase, bro.
You did?
Backstreet Boy in sync, but
You
like,
you too?
yeah.
Yo, there's nothing wrong with that. Yo, that was crazy, bro.
Because when we grew up in the '90s, it was like, yo, boy bands were the fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, a homo, but you know,
It's not like
they're,
that no more.
they're talented.
Yeah, it's not. Do you remember the last talented boy band that you seen besides what BTS out there in Korea, like
Oh,
stateside
you
boy
know
band?
about BTS?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got.
it's my cousins.
You're lying. Come on, man. Here's Jed with the joke. You're such a
Got
racist, bro.
BTS coming on the Blacklist podcast soon.
Stop it, bro.
Let me call Uncle.
Stop, stop, bro. We're not at the Chinese buffet. Um, but yeah, shoot. B2K. Shout outs to B2K. I grew up with those guys, you know.
I feel like the boy band scene was like a phase in American music history, and like I don't ever see like a boy band being relevant
I
in.
mean, it's just a group, bro. Like, look at the Migos. They're not a boy band. They're a men band.
Oh,
You know,
you actually
like,
got the Jonas Brothers. Would you consider them
know,
a boy band?
I mean, yeah.
Ish.
Well, they're not boys anymore. You know what I mean? That's the thing. They're portrayed as boys because they were going. You know, the how to say the market was for a younger generation of females to go after and buy their music.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But you know, they're not boys anymore. I
Do
call
you-
them the Jonas Men.
the Jo- the Jonas Men.
The Jonas Men.
I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Did
Like,
your singing and your style develop from boy bands, like, or did you also have who were your other musical influences besides the boy bands?
so okay, so I'm definitely not a singer. You know, I can definitely do my thing. You
No,
know,
no formal training.
you know, no formal training.
Gotcha.
You know, I live my life. You know, I just do it. You know, with some auto tune and stuff, and you know, I just have my fun. And honestly, if you really want to go there, my biggest inspiration in
Earliest musical
my
inspirations.
earliest musical inspiration has to be my brother,
True.
my oldest brother, my older brother. He's not the oldest one, but of
Tell
course.
everybody who your older brother is.
His name is Austin. You may know him as Archangel. He is a Spanish rapper. Definitely,
Reggaeton OG.
yeah, and he is very, very good at what he does, and I respect him.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just doing my thing as well.
Did you, when you were growing up, did you like used to like memorize all of his shit type deal?
Not really. To keep it a buck. Because I grew up with the guy. That
Yeah.
guy, he used to, you know, write music to Casey and JoJo songs, you know?
What?
Yeah, straight up, bro. Like just writing over
In
the
Spanish?
songs. Yeah,
Or
in
in
Spanish.
English?
Like you just listen to the beat with the music still, you know, and just like it's crazy. Like he did his thing at that time. You know, it's a CD player and a notepad by himself. And, you know, I'm like, yo, he did his thing, and then I just even to this day, we have a blunt, we smoke, and I have conversations. I pick at his brain, and that's why I do what I do now.
Did he ever like get into that mentor space with you? Like teach you like, yo, this is how you write a rhyme, or this is how a song is structured, take you to the studio type deal? Or...
Not at all.
Okay.
He doesn't bring it to me. I'm the one that asks him.
Okay.
You know, I ask him, and he tells me.
So like when he was like when we were back in high school, like did you ever have like studio sessions, or where you get to like see how he got his process
That's
done?
a great question. As a matter of fact, there was a big gap in time where I didn't get to see him, and
Okay.
that was right when he started getting famous. The last time I saw him was like in 2005, and
Gotcha.
it went from like 2005 to like 2013.
Okay.
You know, I haven't seen him in that gap.
Gotcha.
You know, we're in contact, you know, through family members, you know, stuff like that. But during that time, he was doing his thing, you know, respectfully. And then we caught up. You know, after that we caught up, and then it was just like that time never happened.
Cause it's fam.
We were fam. It was the same thing.
What's your favorite song of his?
Shit, man. I actually like one of his newest songs. I like Doble Cara. And
Okay.
Te esperaré. I like that one too. That one's dope.
I'm hoping that in the future maybe we could hear something with both of you on it.
Oh, that's a great question, man. I asked him myself, you know, and all he says is that, you know, you got to do you first.
Yeah.
Do you first,
Yeah.
and then we can possibly do that.
I respect that.
You know.
I respect that because you'll appreciate it more. And speaking of you doing you, um, talk to me about when you were like, I'm gonna go all in into music as a career versus
That was you. That was you, man. Blacklist
talk to me.
Society. Blacklist Society. You know, it was over some wings and gators. You inspired me. You know, a couple freestyles. You know, a couple little written songs and tracks here and there that I'll sing to you. You know, you noticed the talent. You motivated me, and you know, I guess we just. I like Blacklist Society. I like the idea, what we're doing, and I feel like I'm not just Agustin. I'm also Blacklist Society.
Hell yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
So I'm
That's
not
fucking
just doing
dope.
it for me. I'm doing it for Blacklist. You know, for all the other artists that need help, want to get their music out. It's not just me. You know.
That's fucking dope. Did you have like when you were younger, did you were like, man, I want to be a fucking rapper? Or
Not
was
at
it just
all.
like later on we're like, yo, I want to do this?
I mean, it was just later on. Like I'm working 9 to 5, and you don't get rich off a 9 to 5. You know, you don't become a millionaire off a 9 to 5. It's what you do after 6 o'clock when you get home and you take a shower and you eat. You know, what are you gonna do after that? After 6 o'clock, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what are you gonna do at that time? That's what's gonna make you a millionaire. That's what's gonna get your dreams come true. Not that 9 to 5.
You know what was really cool? Speaking of that 9 to 5, is that we worked the same schedule, and when you got to see me take my idea of Blacklist like to the streets, you were so down. You came to the spoken word circles with me to perform. Like you were the first Blacklist artist representing outside of myself. Like it was just me with this idea. Like, hey, I want to make a record label. I want to make it Orlando's OVO, and it was just me. And you wrote your songs. You got out there. You got performing. I remember your first
Yep.
performance out there in Dandelions.
Cositas.
Shout outs to Dandelions. Sean, welcome.
Sean, welcome.
Talk to me about your first performance, like in the open mic scene with the spoken word artists, the comedians. What was that like for you?
Man, it was dope because Dandelions was like no holds barred. Everything was accepted.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't matter what you are. You know, everything is accepted. Who cares? So I just went
that's
in
so
there.
true.
I
That's so
just I
true.
just went in there to this perfect place where you can just kind of like do your own thing. No one's gonna judge you. I wrote a Spanish song. My Spanish isn't that good, you know. I wrote a Spanish song and put my feelings in it, and it just came out well. It was well accepted. You know, I went back and I just started experimenting more and more. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. What
And
do you remember your first performance? Like how you felt? Like were you nervous as fuck? Were you like, I got this? Were you excited?
I got this.
Yeah.
I was excited. You know, I practiced. I did my thing, and I was excited because when you take your time and you have a product where you take your time and you really like what you're doing and you feel it inside, whatever you're writing down, the melodies, whatever, you know everyone else is gonna love it too. When you feel that way, you know they're gonna love it, and you just feel confident. Like I'm confident in my product. You know, I'm confident in what I have to do.
That's one thing that I really enjoy about your music and seeing you at the open mics because you really got to. I really think that you got to like open up your artistry at the open mics. Like you found your drive, you found your competitiveness, you found that you actually like the stage, you like the mic. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another thing I appreciate about you as an artist. You actually like being on the mic. But what I was gonna say is, I like the fact that you enjoy. Like every time I've seen you perform, you've enjoyed it. You've had a smile, you've had a laugh, or you try even if you messed up, you try to get the crowd to laugh.
Of course.
Like you actually enjoy performing, right?
Yeah, I just enjoy. I don't know. It's just me. I enjoy acting. I enjoy being a part of it. You know. Um, I just have a blast being myself and expressing myself in front of people.
Was that your first time on the mic or
Absolutely not.
gotcha?
I like to do Wednesday nights at Applebee's sometimes.
Say word?
Yeah,
You did
I've done it.
what?
Yeah, shout outs to Elizabeth, bartender at Applebee's 192.
Wow. So
Yeah.
this is even before Dandelions.
Yeah, you know, a few times.
That's awesome. What was that like?
It was fun. I didn't know the lyrics. It was karaoke, you know.
Oh,
It was karaoke,
gotcha.
bro. Come
So
on,
you're
man.
not you're not
Nah, man, you wildin'. I wasn't doing no freestyles. You crazy. I was singing Backstreet Boys and stuff.
so
Shout out to Backstreet Boys again.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it before Augustine became a millionaire. You got to hear it on Blacklist podcast that he performed at Applebee's.
Facts.
We're gonna pick back up right there. We're gonna have a quick word from the sponsor. We'll be right back.
Alright.
Is this what I meant when I said I was ready? Sacrificing money and time is necessary. Working from sundown to sunrise is something scary. Gotta ride or die, who will kill a guy? I got her commissary. Sipping on elixir, man, I'm feeling wavy. Thinking about the outcome got me hearing crazy. The fact you have a chance makes it exhilarating. You got me saying.
Okay, so we're back at it. So we left off. You started your music career at Applebee's.
You wildin', bro. Come on, man. It was fun and games.
Okay, so let's go back to performing at Dandelions. You performed Cositas.
Mm-hmm.
What was your second performance? What was the second song that you released at the open mics?
I don't remember. I think it was Open Bar. I did Open Bar. And then after that, I did Commissary.
Commissary? You released Commissary at Dandelions at the
Yeah,
open mic?
I did it, yeah.
Damn, so some people, part of the Dandelions community, when they see Commissary
They
released,
might have heard it, yeah.
how you feel about where Commissary's come? Tell us the story about Commissary now that you brought it up.
Damn.
Get that light?
Commissary, man.
Tell the
Everybody
audience about the
I
song.
don't know what Commissary is. You know, when
Tell
you're
the
in
audience who
jail.
doesn't know anything about Commissary. What's the story, the background?
So obviously, when you're in jail, you don't have any money. You can't buy any food. No money, you know. So you gotta have like relatives in your commissary. You know, it's like an account. Yeah, an account where you can like buy food and shit. So I'm thinking, man, you can have this ride or die girl, you know, that could just don't do anything for you, you know. Like, yeah, baby girl, I got you that commissary. I got you that commissary. You know what I mean?
With the whisper.
Yeah.
If you wrote the letter
No, I'm just playing.
in parentheses, whisper.
I'm a big reggaeton fan. You know, I like to listen to reggaeton music. And there's this artist called Almighty, and he made a song called Siempre Conmigo, which is about a girl that like, it's just like him, you know, trap, you know, shoot niggas and shit. And she has her gun, he has his gun, but you know, that's not my kind of lifestyle, you know. And I felt like the theme of the song was like very well, and like wow, I feel that, and I feel like the people that don't know Spanish need to feel that as well. So I made my version of the song. Whereas like you got this ride or die girl that'll do anything for you. It doesn't have to mean that she has to kill anybody for it, you know. Commissary is just like an example of what you're willing to do for her if she's in that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a better explanation, right? Yeah,
It's like your story of loyalty.
facts.
There's some vibes on that song, man. How did you? My first time performing on the open mic was around the same time you was when 2018. So is that when Commissary was made? 2018 or was that 2019?
2019.
2019. So it's been a year forward.
Like not even that long. It was probably like November of 2019, bro. November.
Okay, so like on the tail end of 2019.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy were talking about before the podcast of how we got to see the journey of Commissary from where it started for me, even back in like the open mics, to where it is now.
Yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about where Commissary is out now.
All right. Well, first I used to start. I wrote Commissary with one of my friends. Shout out to Brother Jay. Graduated from Full Sail. He was experimenting with me, and I wrote Commissary for the first time, and I recorded it in his little studio in his bedroom. Once that happened, you know, I started building off of it, you know, earning feedback. I spoke to Tommy. Then Tommy was like, "Wow, that's a good vibe." And then he just
Shout out to Tommy Kid.
And then Tommy Kid just like elevated the song to the next level. Like I'm like, whoa, I could sound like that. Okay. And then once I knew I could sound like that, I went back to the pen and pad. Well, not really. I went back to the delivery. I figured I can express more emotions maybe. And none of that ever happened. So we kind of just kept it the same. I bought the beat. And then I'm like, okay, Tommy did his thing. Let's see if he can add some more sauce on it. And then I just sent him the track stems. And then he just kind of just turned whatever I did already into what I consider a great a great song. A great
Absolutely.
song. A great song thanks to Tommy. He just like exploded it to the next level.
It's such a good song to actually like ride in the car to.
Absolutely. I kept it simple. You know, I kept the song real simple because I want to keep it to the imagination. It's not about the punchlines I say. It's not about what, like, it's how you say it. It's about the tone. It's about the words that you can put in the listener's brain
Yeah.
and what they can do with that afterwards. How do they feel about it when they're driving in the car? You know, how do they feel about it when they're working out?
Yeah.
How do they
The
feel
vibes
about
behind it.
Exactly, you know.
So you engineer your song with the vibe in mind.
Yeah, I kept it simple. You know, I
Because
use
it's I notice in your music like sometimes it's even more about the vibe than the actual lyric itself.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, you got great lyrics too, but I like the fact that you can feel the intention of the vibe. You know, I was going to say in your artistry that was really monumental and where I noticed a shift is when you started working on it at home. When you
Absolutely.
developed your home studio where, you know, he could actually hear himself, he could actually play it back. You were able to like access your sound without, you know, focusing on who's in the room.
That's true.
And I think a lot of people who are hearing this will get encouraged by that. Talk about the importance of making that home studio so you can dive into your sound and craft it and be more confident when you come into those studio sessions.
all right, so nobody may want to hear this or anything, but shout outs to the coronavirus. You know, if it wasn't for the coronavirus, I wouldn't have been at home. I wouldn't have lost my job. I wouldn't have been able to get my studio. I wouldn't have had the time and dedication to actually work with Ableton Live and actually record myself, buy auto tune, experiment. You know, I took that time to work on my craft. You know, I feel like it's not it's me. You know, I have to actually deliver on the microphone, and whoever listens on the other side or works on it, all they do is just do their best and make a masterpiece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have to do my best. So if I do my best, if I can feel comfortable, if I'm in my own bubble and I do my own thing, then I send it to somebody else. They could do their own thing where they're comfortable. And I figured, hey, I can make it work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Every artist has their workflow that works for them, and I think that was a really great workflow. Like even when me and Tommy were talking about it when we were getting those early files from you,
Facts.
like there was such good feedback from Tommy, and I was like, oh, this process works. Like he can go home, he can work on the things that he needs to work to. Tommy has like a more finished version to work with, and it's like we didn't have to do that all together in the same space. But I think for anybody out there listening, that would be a really great tool to start with. Like getting a computer,
Yep.
getting a mic,
Yep.
and just fucking figure that shit out and have fun with it. Like I bet. Let me ask you this, and on some real shit. How much fun do you have when you're by yourself?
No, first straight up, bro. Like all the nonsense, like you don't even know how I create these melodies. I make stupid songs. I'll make a stupid song, right? Because I enjoy making stupid songs. And you guys will never hear these stupid songs. And then I'll just change the words.
And that's crazy because that's what you used to do in our freestyles.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Same thing. I just have fun. I have my homeboys.
And then you would just
my homeboys
put some
come
meaning in there.
Exactly. I put my
It's like a
feelings in
jigsaw.
it. You know, and that's it. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle. Straight up.
I like bringing that up too because you played me something that you shout outs to Kelvin, shout outs to Sergio. They jumped on.
Yeah.
And it was just them freestyling on the beat and they were just having pure fun. Like it was dope. It was fun as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, no one's trying to become a pop star.
Nope.
But then later on, you showed me the second transition where you took the same format and you were like, yo, I'm gonna put some thought behind it, some some hook action. And that's an amazing, like,
It's crazy.
I think that's a really cool process because the fun comes out in the music. Like I think people genuinely enjoy your sound and your music, the vibe that comes out.
Yeah.
I think that'll always be your strength if you can remain vulnerable, real, and fun. Like enjoyment. Enjoyment's the key. Like we used to sell together on the phones. The vibe that you're giving off to your client is everything. You know, it's going to determine if they buy. If you're having a great time on the phone, the client's going to have a great time on the phone first. It's that vibe connection. Do you think that like that time in the call center has sharpened you as an artist and like communicating with your audience?
Absolutely. It's all about tonality. It's all about tonality. It doesn't matter about what you're saying. You know, how you're saying maybe a percentage of it, but it's about how they're hearing it.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny you say that because you can hear insecurity on over the mic. The mic exposes everything. Same
Yeah.
thing like when you're playing back a sales call, you can hear when a salesperson is insecure and it just doesn't connect.
That's right.
And I think confidence is developed in those times where you can go into your lab and work on the sound. So speaking of working on the sound, we've seen Commissary mature for like 1 year, like a nice barrel of wine. It's come from a freestyle to a performance at an open mic to now the copywriting is done.
Yep.
The music video is finished.
Done. Shout outs to Carlos.
Shout outs to Carlos Cast 2 Films.
Loves 2K6 on YouTube. The guy does an amazing job.
Amazing.
Just be prepared, okay? You gotta do your part. Okay? You gotta do your part.
For sure.
Okay? The setting, the people, the music, the vibes, and then Carlos is just gonna escalate it and make your vision come out 100%.
Yeah, people have definitely got to check him out. I think he's going to be
Shout outs to
amazing here in
Carlos.
Central Florida.
Shout out to Carlos. I'm gonna holla at you again, bro.
You did your first music video with Carlos.
Yep.
And props to you, first and foremost, you storyboard the music video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you, hey, come up with a story that's going to impact the audience. You came out with an amazing storyboard. Explain the storyboard behind this music video.
That's a great one. It wasn't just me, I had help with Sergio. Sergio actually helped me out with that one.
Shout outs to Serge.
Yeah, man, straight up. I know Serge for a long time.
That's awesome, man.
We just listened to the song over and over and over and just smoking a lot of weed. Smoking a lot of weed, and it just happened. It just came to fruition. We started from my bedroom. The music video is in my house, by the way. It's in my house.
It's in 2 locations. Tell the audience.
It's in my
the
house
2 locations.
and on the street on John Young, right there by 33rd.
33rd Street. If you know, you know.
Yeah, so you'll see when you see. When I mean, holla at Carlos. But yeah.
How much fun did you have doing that music video?
I had a good time. Most people were having a lot of fun. I was there to work, but I had a great time. It was a good experience, 100%.
You got the people coordinated. You got the ladies coordinated. You had hella herb. My man had mushroom.
Yeah, I had mushrooms.
My man had the mushrooms there. He had acid.
Yeah.
He had a Dean vape pen.
No, you wildin'.
Nah. Was it? No.
It was there, but I didn't put it out in the video.
It wasn't out in the video.
No.
But you had the vibe.
It's too much magic.
Okay, shout out to any local artist, but my guy Agustin bought the fog machines,
Yeah, I bought a fog
the
machine.
lights. My man took a black curtain and spray painted Commissary on it. He
Yeah,
did the
bro.
whole
I did
setting.
the whole thing,
Like,
man.
bro,
Thanks,
come
bro.
on, man.
Thanks, bro.
You storyboarded. You got your own supplies. If you're out there and you want to make a music video, there's no reason why you can't do it today.
Don't hold back.
How long did it take you to get all the supplies?
A day.
A day.
Walmart. Shout out to Walmart.
And ballpark.
And Amazon.
How long did it take you to get everybody organized?
Like 3 days.
3 days. So
The right
3
people.
days to
You gotta find
organize
the
the
right
right
people.
people.
The right
1
people.
day to organize the actual supplies.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, within 4 days, you can cook up a solid music video idea. Hit up our guy Carlos.
And Carlos only took 3 hours.
Carlos took 3 hours
3
of
hours.
filming, in which we had fun.
We had a lot of fun.
He was so smooth.
Yep.
Never had one complaint.
Not even.
Always helpful. He had a
Yeah.
creative eye and creative
Yep.
suggestions.
Yep.
And in less than 10 days later, you'll have a brand spanking new music
Yeah,
video.
100%.
How you
bro.
feel about that?
I feel great, bro.
Your first music video came out crispy.
Yeah. Some people are telling me it's a blessing and a curse.
I look at it as a blessing.
I look at it as a blessing too.
There's so many curses out here. I'm gonna try and find a blessing in everything.
Facts.
The blessing is that you have a high standard. We're gonna be dropping it right after this podcast, so people can get a taste of that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your first song on Spotify. It's your Spotify release type deal. I'm very proud of you. I got to see you from really low places you to really high places and going higher. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny? Like you're here entering me and stuff, but you're not taking it. This is my manager.
Ah.
This is my man. Jed, you're my manager, bro.
It's so weird hearing that, right?
Yeah.
It's weird for me hearing that.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like I look at it more of like a real relationship, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with you and fuck with the music. I'm so proud of you. You know, I remember you getting fired from the call center, working at a liquor store on probation and just climbing out of a hole. You got hired again. You bought yourself a whip. You saved up money. You're in your own place now. You're your own man, working on your own sound. You got a fucking music video under your belt. You got a
Facts.
team with you.
Team.
And what can you say before we transition out? What could you say to anybody who's like in a rough spot right now? Because you're somebody who came from the bottom and you worked yourself up to a place where you can hold your own.
Yeah.
What's your advice to any artist in the same situation?
Well, if you want change, you gotta disassociate yourself from the people who are helping you change. Work in silence and find new people who are looking for success. 100%.
That's real as fuck.
Yeah. You know, friends are good. Friends are gonna be there, have fun, get fucked up, but only a few fans are gonna sign the checks for you too. You know. So.
What do you think 2020 will look like for your fans, for your audience? Can they expect anything coming by December to wrap up Christmas time?
Absolutely, absolutely. I do have some projects in mind, and they're definitely gonna be enjoyable.
Okay.
You'll see after Commissary. You're gonna want more. So just holler at me, subscribe, follow me.
Where can people follow you at?
Agustin Goo on Instagram.
Spell that out.
AGUSTINGOO. Agustin Goo. That's me.
Blacklist Society, day one, our very first artist going out there, putting out music. I'm so fucking proud. Ladies and gentlemen, follow this guy's music, support his movement. I guarantee that for every song, you'll enjoy it just as much as he did. And I appreciate everybody's support out there. Everybody just keep your heads up in this time. You can make music videos during a pandemic.
That's right.
You can chase dreams in a pandemic.
It don't stop.
You can fall in love in a pandemic.
That's right.
With yourself.
Okay.
Point is, you can do amazing things in this time. Don't let anything stop you. And you guys be blessed, be safe. More importantly, be you. Peace.
Is this what I meant when I said I was ready? Sacrificing money and time is necessary. Fuck! Working from sundown to sunrise is something scary. Gotta ride or die, who will kill a guy? I got her commissary. Sipping on elixir, man, I'm feeling wavy. Thinking about the outcome got me hearing crazy. The fact you have a chance makes it exhilarating. You got me saying, the cars, the girls, the clothes, I got it. The parties, the bars, the clubs are popping. Pop a tap, pop a perk or something. Let alone you finna leave, and you leaving with nothing. You got one chance, let's pop some bands. I am so high, I'm not ready to land. Don't you understand? I'm not level-headed, I'm just a man. I never regret shit, I made my last stand. I can't feel my face, I want to escape. One bottle of Hennessy away, go get the chase. Cash a couple checks and I get in a state. I hustle hard and I never start late. I paper chase, yeah. My mind is going hazy. I'm waiting for someone to wake me. I've been off my meds lately. Why wouldn't they come take me? Dang, is this what I meant when I said I was ready? Sacrificing money and time is necessary. Working from sundown to sunrise is something scary. Gotta ride or die, who will kill a guy? I got her commissary. Sipping on elixir, man, I'm feeling wavy. Thinking about the outcome got me hearing crazy. The fact you have a chance makes it exhilarating. You got me saying, is this what I meant when I said I was ready? Sacrificing money and time is necessary. Working from sundown to sunrise is something scary. Gotta ride or die, who will kill a guy? I got her commissary. Sipping on elixir, man, I'm feeling wavy. Thinking about the outcome got me hearing crazy. The fact you have a chance makes it exhilarating. You got me saying, oh yeah, am I ready? Am I ready? Me and you back in missionary. Missionary, yeah. Missionary. Missionary. Agustin. Blacklist Society.